all of those experts who know how to really advertise are going to win, and they'll keep winning. But I think organic content is advertising.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Nate, we have this issue that happened with COVID, and what we find interesting is that in a type of crisis, everybody saw that was a good idea to cut the budget in marketing and sales. Where you're talking about pay-per-click advertising. I'm kind of thinking, guys, do you know that this platform works like bidding? If you have less people, it costs less. So if everybody's cutting your budget, the market, and how you gonna get in front of your clients anyway, despite the COVID, they still want your product maybe in some form, maybe they leave it to your house, but they need to see you, need to get in front of them. So you need some funds to allow you to do that. And everybody thought that was a good idea to cut this marketing expense, when marketing is actually an investment. When you are in business, you pay $2, let's say, to get in front of that person. That person, you have a very good offer. They bought the product for 20, whatever, and then you pay your operation, whatever, then you keep the profit. So, but if you remove the $2 that is getting you in front of that person, anyway, just to make it to keep it simple, how the whole thing will continue. And actually, it's not costing you $2 anymore. Now it's costing you 20 pence. So, Nate, why do you think everybody was behaving like this in COVID, and why even big businesses and small businesses, everybody did? Everybody have this mindset that, well, marketing is just a cost, and when things goes south, let's cut costs and let's stop from marketing. Where this mindset came from? Does it have any sense? It makes sense? So.
No, I mean, I know that. I do remember.
You remember,
clearly,
yeah.
I mean, it was
That's
just
exactly what happened, yeah.
Yeah, I just think there was so much uncertainty and no one really knew what was happening. But then I think some of the smart ones understood that, okay, like for example, if I had an Amazon drop shipping business or an Amazon product or something like that, or I was selling, wholesale products on Amazon, brand names, that was a perfect time to do it. You're not going to want to cut back because everyone was buying things from home, and Amazon stock went through the roof during COVID. So
wow.
I think it started to kind of that started to happen, but I think especially in the early part of COVID, people were just scared. They were just scared. So.
But then the point of the story and the lesson is, when it's uncertainty on the market and you are scared, think about when you have a business where what is really your cost, okay? Because people that they will buy your product in one form, they will keep buying. You like burgers and you cannot go to McDonald's, well, you might send the McDonald's to the house of the people, right? And so maybe it was time for different marketing approach. It was time for pivot. But I think it was a great opportunity, and a lot of people capitalized on this. And unfortunately, the majority got scared, and it took them longer to actually adapt to the drastic change. So I think that we have a big lesson here as well, that when uncertainty. So in your own experience, Nate, when this situation happened, what happened with your portfolio of clients? They reduce, or you manage to communicate effectively that, guys, look, I know that there is uncertainty, but there is a big room here for profitability, and I have this plan and let me work with you guys to help you pivot, or all of a sudden you have uh, some of your clients telling you, Nate, that's it. We are cutting until we call you in 3 months, 6 months to see what happened. But for the moment, we know we are cutting these expenses. So, what was your experience in uncertain times and how you navigate this challenge?
Yeah, I mean, during COVID, we actually saw we didn't see what you're saying for us because
Oh, wow.
our
Congratulations.
well
That was amazing.
because our clients are online businesses, and so they most of them saw the opportunity, and of course
You were more busy
everyone
than ever. Yeah.
right everyone who was at home was seeing, oh, I need to be online. So then of course online business helpers like me, I'm an online business helper, right? uh,
Mhm.
we were busy, so we were very busy. But
Wow.
yeah,
Glad to
so
hear.
yeah, no, I think that the local businesses, the ones who had to shut down, the challenges were still there. I did have one or two local business clients, some friends of mine,
Hmm.
and it it was more about helping them navigate. I don't know if you familiar if you remember I forget what it was called, where you could get some of the money from the government. I forget what it was called. It was basically a kind of like a loan, an
Hmm.
SBA
Hmm.
loan,
Hmm.
and all of that, just helping some of those guys navigate that was interesting. But we didn't really have a lot of that. I mean, there were obviously some fears and concerns and questions, but they had processes in place to and they saw so many people coming wanting to learn how to do business online because, like, for example, we had a client who was a real estate coach. They had a coaching program for real estate people that wanted to join into a program that they didn't have the experience in real estate. They didn't know how to do it. So they wanted to join his coaching program to learn how to do it to make money. So that's a biz op coaching thing. And so they were just growing like crazy.
Oh.
Um, yeah. So because everybody was trying to figure out how to make money from home. So yeah. And then there were a lot of people that were getting money from all the government stuff, and so they were trying to spend it, on the right things. So
So, Nate, if somebody is in love with this conversation and want to know more about what you do, guys, and how can you help them, how people can find you, how this process works, what specific type of entrepreneur you help with, can you share this with us?
absolutely, I think just pointing them to my website, it's tellus.co. That's the best place. We have a lot of blog posts. We have all of our services are listed there, and they can book a call with us if they're curious to learn more about how to get started. We don't do a lot of coaching for beginners, but we can help because our main offers are for existing online businesses. But we certainly can help those that are trying to get started just from reading our content, videos, and all of that. So tellus.co.
Paperclip, Nate, when Paperclip started, I was one of the biggest, or I am, yeah, one of the biggest fans of this paperclip thing. It doesn't matter if it's Facebook, YouTube, you name it. We have built events all over the world using paperclip advertising. Um, because the beauty of this is that you can measure exactly with the laser print in front of who you want to be, and this is very powerful because you know how much exactly it's costing you to acquire to get in front of that client, and then you can see how many they convert and how many sales can you make. However, Nate has become really expensive. I think because everybody is jumping into this and uh, and after COVID, have become really expensive. I think because everybody started to use it again. So, what future do you see to the pay-per-click advertising? Do you think that that still there is some strategy that we can get in front of the clients or in front of our prospect or clients in a cost-effective way, or we need to keep uh, bidding to get in front of the clients, and then the most powerful people They have bigger budgets, so they can pay more for certain keywords and certain things,
Yep.
and then whatever is small. When this thing started, I remember it was the other way around. It was us, the little guys, we were making a killer with this paperclip thing, because it was cheap, and we
Yep.
could sell the online, and it was amazing. Which is now, now, for example, if you have a high ticket product, it makes
Hmm.
sense, because if you're selling a coaching program for 10K, well, you easily can invest 1,000 or 2,000 to get in front of that client.
Yep.
Uh,
That's right.
but so is it work for all the pros, this pay-per-click, if it's still an opportunity for all the business out there, or you really need to be careful what type of business you want to advertise online in order to be profitable? Maybe you need to find other ways of advertising. What's your point of view on this pay-per-click thing that has evolved a lot and has become really expensive? We spend thousands and thousands in advertising in pay-per-click, so we know when was good, when is so, and it's my understanding that now is expensive. You need to go there heavyweight with exactly what you described, a high ticket program. Otherwise, it's very difficult, right?
Correct. Ad costs are going to keep increasing. It's not going to go down.
Everybody's
But
jumping into this, right?
yeah, but I think it's those that understand how to put together really good offers, very good copywriting, and know how to speak to their audience. If you can
Mm-hmm.
do that, you'll cut through noise. And then there are some technical things to get your costs down. Like, you know, it depends on the business, but there are just better places to advertise. I think the fortune is in the follow-up. So if you don't have a good
I
sales
agree.
system, then that's not good. But like an email list and all of that, that's not going away. You're going to have to still have that, a newsletter or something like that. But yeah, the ones that know how to truly advertise will keep winning in the auction, and those that don't know how to advertise will just burn their money and lose, and they'll quit, and they'll say advertising doesn't work. It's advertising has always been the same. You have to know how to speak to the person that you are wanting to sell to. You have to have psychology understanding. You have to have skills with copywriting. None of that's changed. The technical things have changed, yes, all of that, and there's more people trying to get into it. But all of those experts who know how to really advertise are going to win, and they'll keep winning. But I think organic content is advertising. It's just it depends on where you're at in the funnel.
Absolutely.
There's direct response advertising.
100%.
There's awareness and reach advertising. There's lots of different kinds of advertising. But when you create content, we're advertising right now. This is advertising. But it's a different type. So you have to understand how to speak to people. If you don't know how to do that, then you're going to lose. So
Thank you so much, Nate. And for all of you following this podcast, see you in our next episode of Unstoppable: How Brave Entrepreneurs like Nate break the wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.